my name is Eric and I'm doing another one of my photography vlogs called One Body, One Lens, One Roll, One Day. I am here at Champion Creek in the heart of Medina. There's cool paths. There's a creek right behind me. Maybe you can kind of hear it, going along. It just rained, so it's pretty fast in the movement, so hopefully I'll catch something. Tracks, paths, dog walk area, open field, kind of picnic benches, all sorts of stuff that maybe I can get some cool shots on. Today's camera is a Nikon N2000. Now this came out about 1985 and was the first Nikon camera to do two things. First thing was it had a built-in motor drive without having an actual add-on. Two, it was their first camera that did the DX code reading. Now the DX code is, if you take a look at a brand new roll of film, you'll see that silver and black checker pattern. That's the DX code. And then when you open up your camera, there's these typically silver pins, maybe gold pins, these are gold, that will read the film speed for you, so you didn't have to set it. Now this camera also has a manual override, so which is good because this is some expired film and I'm going to have to override it. All right, so I'm loaded up. I could set it for DX code. I guess I better tell you what film this is first. This is some expired AGFA APX film. Now I got in a batch from a friend that said it was in the refrigerator most of the time. So it is some APX 100. I'm going to take it down to 50, one stop as a just in case. I would rather overexpose than underexpose or something because of age. Now this camera, this ring right here around the rewind crank lifts up. I'm going to dial it to 50 and I should be good to go there. Just put the roll of film in and you just heard it load up to the first shot. Counter says number 1. All right, let me go see what I can get. Be right back. With normal black and white, just kind of does some normal contrast things. Darker areas go darker, lighter areas go lighter. This is a normal black and white. This is a panchromatic black and white. Now, what I'm doing is I actually have a orange 15, you may be able to see it, orange 15 filter. Now, when you shoot with colored filters on black and white, and I've explained this before, but it's been a while, anything that is the same color should go a little lighter. So if there was much orange, let's say during the fall, those colors, instead of being nice mid-tone, might lighten up a bit in your grayscale. The opposing color, which in this case, opposing of orange, I believe, is green, should go darker. So the foliage and stuff like that should go maybe more of a darker gray. Maybe not quite to pitch black, but maybe on some of the darker green bushes, they might go black. All right, let me head down that way. Let's see what I can get. All right, so I never told you what lens I'm using. I'm actually using the standard Nikon 50mm f2 Nikkor. This is the classic one. It is not the Series Z that typically you would find with some of the FGs, but it's not their 1.4 or 1.7, slightly better version, which is okay. So I should get some decent results. I'm going to take the filter off. I am at shot 14. This is a roll of 36, so I'm going to get the rest of my shots without the filter. And maybe you can see the difference in the greens when I post the images at the end. All right, let me keep going. Okay, because it did rain pretty heavily last night, this area is kind of swampy, so I've got to be careful, make sure I don't trip and fall, because then I get mud all over me. And when you do your own excursions, make sure that you dress appropriately. This is early May. It's actually the day before Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day. However, this is probably going to be a few weeks late. And it's a slight cool breeze, so it's kind of low 50s. That's why I got my jacket on, and very damp. So just enough to wear a light jacket, but not enough to do anything else. All right, let me keep going down that way. Be right back. Okay, so one of the rules of composition, and you can look, I guess you can look these up, but just type in rules of composition. There's probably a dozen of them. But one of them says leading lines, and leading line says something with a pattern or a line or something is going to draw you into a photo to a position where you want to see. Now, if you take a look at the path here, it kind of leads in and then it does the curve. So it's kind of leading you in and then taking you further down the path and makes you kind of go, I wonder what's down that path. So that's kind of what leading lines do. It's drawing you into a interest point on your photo, and the interest point is where's that path going beyond the little crosswalk bridge that you can see. Tell you what, let's go find out. Be right back. All right, so because of the rains last night, you can kind of see like right in this area right here, bunch of water. That's just a little flooded area, and like I said, the stream's running pretty fast and pretty high. So again, I'm going to be careful where I go just because of the fact I don't want to slip and fall. All right, be right back. All right, so I put the yellow filter back on. I've got about 6 photos left, but I wanted to take a photo of this sign right here because it's also the same kind of yellow-orange that my yellow-orange filter is, just to kind of show you that same color stuff should go light. I'll be right back. All right, well, I'm on shot 36, so hopefully I get this 36 shot. You never know with the auto winders or even when I manual it. So I'm going to take it real quick. It's kind of down the path where I came, and it clicked and it said, a little red light there flashing at me says, hey, I'm done with my roll of film. So again, with these kind of cameras that have the rewind crank, typically there's a button underneath. Now, the problem is with this camera, that's where the batteries are. So this one has a switch right here, and then that releases the gear. So I'm going to push, and actually there's a button you push down first, and then you slide the bar in the back. So push and then slide it, and then like all the other manual cameras, you can rewind it, and as many shots as you took is about as many rewinds as you can have. This is a roll of 36, so somewhere around 36 shots, or right about, there it goes. Right about now. Pop it open. There's my roll of film. Again, today we were at Champion Creek in Medina, the heart of Medina. Rained the night before, so the creek is going pretty fast. Nice, damp, but very swampy, area right now. Today's film was some AGFA APX 100 that I got with a batch from a friend who said it was refrigerated, but just in case I overexposed it by one step because I don't know the age. Today's camera was the Nikon N2000, 1985's camera, first one with the DX code, first one with the auto winder. Still had manual rewind crank though. It did have a 1 second to 2,000th of a second shutter speed range. It also has a program and a aperture priority. I did shoot it mostly in aperture priority today. All right. Feel free to like the photos. Hopefully I get something you can kind of see the difference using a orange filter versus a non-orange filter. And then feel free to share your experience with some AGFA black and white films or any other black and white film, but this one's all about the AGFA black and white APX. So feel free to subscribe. New episodes try to come out Friday and Saturday, and I'm releasing short versions of the episodes so you can just see camera, you can see film, and you can see the results at the end. You don't have to hear me talking about this stuff in between. Go ahead and look those up too. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next episode.